Hey everybody, welcome to Fresh Out the Box Plays Dune by Modiphius Entertainment. I am the Game Master, Johananon.
I'm the co-host, Casualty CDG. I'm a retired child crimes and human trafficking detective turned tabletop titan and improv comedian. And since we're here to play Dune, I get to unveil my character, who I don't have a character voice for yet. He's General Malachar.
Hi, I'm Cal. I'm a freelance writer and character designer and also actor. And I'll be playing the Twisted Mentat Caster Dargan, who I also don't have a character voice yet for, but I will probably find it at some point during this session. So, yeah.
And I am 80s Ringer, also known as Corbinian. I am a Twitch streamer for tabletop role-playing games and video games. At Corbinian, of course, and I am playing a character that you will get to know, one Spacer Guild travel agent of the House who also has certain ambitions that may or may not be of help to the House. I really hope they are. They better be. Or else.
I guess we should introduce our house, too. We're House Masarrah.
We're like a murder circus, basically. No, we jokingly call it that.
That's fair.
That's a great description for anybody who just needs the Reader's Digest version.
Yeah.
I got the name of the house and the flag designed by Corbinian up for
so
everyone
cool.
to see. He was generous enough to allow us to use this. But yeah, so this is Dune. This is Dune by Modiphius. It won Game of the Year at Gen Con with the Ennies. And so I'm going to start off this session. I'm going to try and make this a habit. I'm going to start off every session with a brief timeline of human history message. So 11,000 years BG, that is before Guild, and they mean the Guild. The space age begins, and there's a revelation about how religion operates. It's vague, but I feel like, what's the revelation, guys? What do you think? What do you think the revelation is about how religion operates?
Um.
It doesn't say.
Oh, I used to know this.
Is there an actual thing?
Oh, it was no. I think there was a thing.
It drives
Did it have
people
to do
do
with
horrible things. That's the
I thought
revelation.
it was like more kind of like a mental like projection of it. But yeah, it also drives people to do horrible things. I thought you were like asking an actual question.
It doesn't say what it means. It just says, I was just speculating. But yeah, so that's the brief history lesson. 11,000 years of space race begins. So I guess that means that's us? Is that 11,000 years until the guild forms in our reality? But yeah. So, House Masarrah. None of you are the leader of this house, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope.
We're going to go ahead and do a little introduction of your characters. You guys will have some time to flesh out some stuff. But we're going to open up. You guys are in the palace of your house before your ruler. I have named him Mortimer. I hope that's okay.
Yep.
Mortimer Masarrah of House Masarrah. He has a child. Well, not a child, a son. He's an adult, though. I don't know why I said child. So misleading.
He has an adult child.
Yeah, his child's name is... Oh, man, that's a terrible name. Devin. Okay. Devin. If your name's Devin in real life, it's fine. But, you know... I don't know why I did that. And then his wife, Evelyn. Also has a courtesan, played by our own Laura Kay, which shall be introduced by Laura. So, but yeah, so you guys are before the ruler. You're in the throne room. The throne room, I imagine, because of the nature of your house, it's bright, it's beautiful, there's brilliant mosaic work all over the place, just floor to ceiling mosaic. And then behind the throne, and this is kind of the dangerous bit, but it does lead out into a balcony, because outside that balcony is the best seat in the house for the famous Silver Moon Amphitheater that your house is so famous for. As you stand before your ruler, I do imagine Calder, your character,
Yes.
is beside the ruler, probably, huh? As you were the
Yes.
advisor.
I'm the advisor. Yes.
I would guess on the other side is Gary's character, the War Master of House Masarrah.
Yes, I'm wearing crimson armor from basically head to toe with nothing exposed, with silver bracers and a long silver cape. There's silver inlays in my armor as well.
Nice. I'm wearing kind of like a very plain black robe, very understated, kind of. Castor is quite good at not drawing too much attention to himself unless he needs to. His lips are stained with a kind of burgundy red color, which comes from drinking Sappho, which, like, little Dune universe fact, his kind of caste and type of people who are kind of like living computers drink this particular drug, which is like a juice that stains the lips and the mouth of whoever uses it. Basically, he has
What else does
the
it
blue
do?
and he has the blue and blue spice eyes because he's experimented a bit, like quite a bit with the spice melange as well, trying to figure out more about what it does really.
Another thing that Mentats tend to do, yeah.
Yeah, and not to the effect. I mean, not to the point where he'd like, but he keeps expecting more, and maybe he's just not seeing the things that he's being presented with. Who knows? Yeah, he's kind of like dark hair that's kind of like slicked back. Well, not greasy, but kind of like, well, I'd say swept back more than slicked back. Not gaunt, but fairly bony, like long, slender fingers, pale skin, sunken eyes. Yeah, a bit shifty looking in comparison, but also holding himself quite elegantly, quite.
You sound like a
well,
young
yeah.
Alan Rickman.
I cannot do the voice, but yeah, I'll
You're
take it.
there. Listen to me.
There you go.
I have the best advice for you.
Oh, God, 10 minutes in, we've already struck gold, y'all. Good job. All right.
You want to switch characters?
That's a good voice. So yeah,
Very good.
Evelyn, the wife of the ruler of the house, is here. She's wearing like a lot of transparent silk stuff going on. Her and her husband are both patrons of the arts. That's how this whole thing started. They are all about that thespian life. And Mortimer himself is a bit of a hedonist. For better or for worse. Corbin, you are here as the envoy to the Spacing Guild, I do believe. In doing my research for everything that you guys have decided, Ix actually makes the ships. They're the primary provider of ships for the Spacing Guild, and that's probably how you find your station here. They want to keep people close. But you are in this room as well, not standing next to the ruler, standing before him. What do you look like?
I am dressed in a rather loose-fitting, but rather comfortable orange robe with a white, mild armor, but it's more for... It's a worker's clothes that he's wearing. Eyes shaded a bit behind rose-tinted glasses. Or spice-colored, if one wished to be a little daring.
Mm-hmm.
And a minor tattoo, fashionable from in the undergrounds of Ix, over his left eye. And he just kind of has a hand over heart, and he's kind of tilting his head a little bit in formal greeting to the house leader and his entourage.
I think I also have a silver plate on my head. When you said about your tattoo, like a silver plate and an eye scar. I want to make sure I look like a proper war commander.
The one thing that would probably highlight him my guy, for his spacerness, as it were, is, aside from the fact that he's dressed in very Space Guild colors, is the fact that he has a paracompass hanging off of his belt. Like, he just has it sitting there, which is a fancy way of saying a compass. There's more to it than that in the lore, but it's a compass.
An extra dimensional compass.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that sounds dope. So yeah, you guys are there. The rest of the house, not everybody, but a lot of people are here right now as you guys are getting ready for an event that is about to take place. The Swordmaster herself is here, Helena. She is standing there in her training outfit, which isn't the most proper thing to be wearing at the time, but that's the way she feels like presenting herself right now. And then the scholar of your house, his name is Mikan, and he is wearing white robes with kind of this weird mask on that has sort of instruments, breathing apparatus, and some visual like magnification lenses on his eyes. And he's kind of a tech guy. He's from the planet below. He's from Ix. And if I'm not mistaken, your moon is called Ivix, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't know if Corbinian knew when he said that, but that is how Ix got its name. It said it was a misunderstanding of Roman numerals, which is funny. So you are Ivix because you're the fourth moon of Ix. But yeah, so you guys are preparing for the arrival of many, many guests tonight, coming for a festival that your house is throwing, as you guys are kind of the party house, among other things. But it is what you are known for. You're
not the frat house, though.
Not the frat house. No, it's more like Bacchus. It's more like that kind of thing going on. Yeah. You guys give people Baccalism. Nah. So, a lot of people. The VIP list is kind of extensive. You guys have people from your major house coming. They are using your house to facilitate a deal between the Spacing Guild, of whom they work very closely with, and House... God, I have to say it right. Atreides?
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds right.
Huh. Okay.
I think that's the first time I have said that out loud. So, you guys have the heir of House Vernus coming here. That is your major house. You guys have a representative from Chom coming, which is the mercantile economic powerhouse of the universe. You have somebody from one of your rival houses coming, that because they are also a minor house of the House of Ix. You have a representative from the guild showing up, Corbinian. You are going to be kind of in charge of taking care of them. Mm-hmm. And then, no other than Leto Atreides himself is coming.
Oh.
To be at this party. Yeah, I got it perfect. Hell yeah.
That's yeah.
Some of these names are hard, but yeah. So you guys have some major players coming here. For those of you who don't know, Leto Atreides is the father of the main character of the books. I assume a lot of people watching might not know everything about Dune, but he's played by Oscar Isaacs, so that's dope.
I know, which is pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome. You don't know, maybe Duncan Idaho will make an appearance. Who knows?
Ooh, Jason Momoa, yeah. If they have a great cast for the new movie. Yeah, I'm going to... Sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm excited, too.
I'm looking forward to Batistas. You know I love me some Batistas.
I do love me some Batistas. Batistas might make an appearance in our campaign at one point.
Oh no! Because his character is like exactly the kind of character you don't want him.
No, you don't want to meet
him. He looked pretty scary in the trailer.
But yes, so that is where you guys are at the time. That is what your leader is presenting you with this. He's talking to Corbinian mostly, but everybody around is also responsible for, well, you guys all know your jobs.
Yeah.
As the War Master, Gary, you're going to be in charge of security, that kind of thing. And Calder, you need to be close and ready with people's names and what they do, and all that kind of information.
I am actually also trained in or specialty in house politics, for what it's worth.
No, that's a
Ben,
good thing.
you might-
I didn't know if anyone.
You
was.
might be better at it than me, because I mean, like I'm quite good at reading people and kind of like persuading people, but like the politics themselves aren't as interesting to Castro as a person. So, yeah,
Yeah, I have
working together as a team. Yeah,
Exactly, we're doing it.
It's almost like we're a party of characters.
Yeah, no, you guys are actually a pretty solid party. I was looking at all of your, what do you call them, drives, and I started laughing a little bit. There was a theme. There was a bit of a theme. But yeah, not to spoil anything. So you guys are told about this party. Everyone's going to be arriving soon. And there's going to be a play, there's going to be a parade, there's going to be a feast. And it's kind of your chance to get to know people, kind of feel your way around the world a little bit, and to deal with the people that you've tied yourselves to. So, the next part, unless you have anything to say to your leader about the events coming up, which feel free.
I think I will ask him if he wants to know or have like information about anyone in particular.
Let's see. Keep an eye on Orloff from House Daewin.
Okay.
That is the house. That is your rival house. That is
Mm-hmm.
also under House Viernus. Viernus. Vernius. Sorry. I'm mixing Spanish in with stuff.
The entire amphitheater has been sealed off and protected. Everywhere for the dignitaries is secure. Everything should be clear for tonight.
And so so that's good. So for kind of your introductory kind of thing, just so you can kind of help build the house up a bit, each of you can now retire to your area. And when you do so, you can describe it to me, and that'll become a part of the house, essentially. Anyone interested in beginning this process?
Yeah, I'll give it a go. So, Castor's sort of chambers are very minimalist. They're very low lights. There are a few glow globes that are kind of like floating about it to shed some dim light. It's a place that obviously kind of has sort of like it doesn't obviously have secret compartments because they're secret, but for the sake of storytelling, most of the walls that look like flat surfaces, but there are certain secret levers, buttons, that sort of thing to kind of like open compartments. There are some kind of bookshelves containing kind of like books about like lineages and families and like that sort of thing that he can kind of refer to for information. Sort of like the one window that there is kind of like looks out into space, as much as space you can look out to from the building. And he just sort of grabs one of the books about the rival house and kind of like tries to trace down the lineage of Olaf, just to kind of see who the parents were, kind of like what their accomplishments were, what his accomplishments have been so far, that sort of
Gotcha.
thing.
Where do you keep your probe?
Okay. No, there's
Because I imagine there's like a room
Yeah.
where you do that thing.
Oh sure, yeah. There is one of the compartments isn't so much a secret compartment as it is like a secret room that you can kind of access. It's which contains an Ixian probe, which for the viewers or listeners is a machine that effectively can, if operated correctly, sort of create a copy of the consciousness of somebody who's either alive or just recently deceased. And inside the room where he keeps the machine that does that kind of thing, he has kind of, I guess, the sort of like the files of quite a few people who have probably been kind of been copied after death, as the family kind of is known for that kind of business.
Okay.
It's it so in technically you can get some interactions from these probes as if you're talking to somebody, but if they've been taken without permission, and which most of these were, the consciousness is very confused and very aggravated. So he just kind of keeps them to
Yeah, they're like ghosts.
Still got to both as kind of I guess sort of both as just memory, very 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 bizarre memory pieces, but also just for the sake of tormenting them a little bit longer. But for the time being, unless like any of the family members that he finds in the book or any of the consciousnesses that he's keeping, he's probably not going to go for the room quite yet.
Gotcha. So, well, you got a secret probe chamber. That's fun.
Mhm.
What do you guys got? Also, Gary, if you want to let me know what the guards around look like, you can also do that at some point.
I was actually going to describe my elite guards here as we leave this chamber. So as I step off and leave the king, there are two guards, or not the king, the ruler. There are two guards who stay up on the throne with him. And as we walk away, the first four guards standing in attention in front of us peel off and follow me. And they're wearing full crimson outfits with shining silver spears. The rest of the knights in the room are all wearing silver outfits with crimson tip spears. And so the four elite guards follow me out, and everyone else files into rank to protect the king while I'm gone. There's a shot of me walking down a hallway that's way too big with the guards following me, and everyone salutes me on the way out. Then I walk down a large silver staircase that's almost reflecting and sparkling with the light. Again, the staircase is way too big, and it walks down underneath the amphitheater. And the entire area underneath the amphitheater is the military quarters. So we're stationed where we can exit all sides and come up from below. Basically, this thing is a fortress underneath an amphitheater. And very, very highly decorated, very flashy. And, it's not as militaristic as you would think. We are a house that's art and artists. So there are people in here almost Cirque du Soleil training. Jumping up off of a wall, flipping back off of the wall, practicing helping pick each other up and hold each other for long periods of time. Cirque du Soleil meets, what did we say, murder circus earlier?
Yeah. I love how extra everything about her house.
Mm-hmm. So that's sort of where we are. That's what's going on my side of the world.
No, that answers a lot of questions for me. So that's good. And then finally, Corbinian.
My Spacing Guild envoy walks not into the grand internals of the palace, but instead walks out to a nearby landing zone for the orbital transport. There is like a small office, or more like a small outbuilding that I don't need to go into the orbital because I've already brought my charge here. I probably was the guy who flew in the Space Guild VIP. So when I retire into my little outbuilding, the outbuilding itself normally would be something that you would have as like sort of checkpoint or a quick way station, to check on whoever the next shuttle pilot is. But I'm the envoy of the house, so this is kind of my official office, because although I am loyal to the house, I am very much a guild agent. And so the room has various charts and price lists and maps of Ix and the various artificial moons and some other places of interest the Space Guild wants to make sure I know about. And there is, although it's usually fairly common for some people, I do not have a copy of the OCB, or the Orange Catholic Bible. I am not an adherent in any way, so that does not have a place in my office. Instead, I have various texts of law, Space Guild lore, But specifically, for some strange reason, oddly for a guild agent, would be various texts regarding the particular laws of Can Li, the art of assassination, only between great houses, which I seem to need to be very familiar with due to my close connection with Masarrah. Of particular else note, one thing he probably does while he's in there is probably open up a drawer, and inside are a bunch of little tiny black squares, and he sets one on his desk and he's scribbling away at it, and little by little into a memcorder, a device that when held by someone else will flash the message before their eyes, but otherwise it's just a little tiny black cube if you looked at it from afar. So you don't know what I'm writing, you don't know what it says unless you have the cube for yourself. So I'm probably writing up various messages to the guild for one, to record what I'm doing for two. That way I don't have stack. That's why my office isn't filled with stacks and stacks of paper. It's filled with little tiny boxes and stuffed away in little drawers and stuff like that. But I very much look like someone who is expected as part of my job to be on the move, because that's as an envoy I do represent the house, but I'm also someone who needs to be able to leave and with the shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So that's your guys. You guys have now set up your little areas in this much larger palace. Just to give you more detail about Ivix, this moon of Ix. It is an artificial moon. It's not the biggest, but it is still, at least Death Star size. Except it's kind of inversed. It's you guys have stuff on the surface, and there's an artificial dome going around the whole thing, as the moon's not big enough to hold an atmosphere. And so, yes, it's also known as a great place of great beauty. I know you guys wanted a lot of bioluminescent plants and beautiful animals and the like. I imagine grand water features abound. But it is a place of entertainment and revelry as well. As Corbinian sits in his office, what's your character's name again?
Kesty York.
Kesty York. Cool. As Kesty sits in his office, you'll notice people start to arrive by shuttlecraft in the nearby bay. And people are starting to come in for the coming party. And let's not forget the final member of our cast for tonight, Thomas Avenger, joining us.
Hi, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Howdy. Down here from Houston. Good to see you guys. Thomas Avenger, a voice actor, artist extraordinaire, coacher of Little League Baseball, hence the delay. Good to be here,
Nice.
though. Tonight I'll be joining you guys as Tristan Kane, spy master smuggler. Particular house.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we just got done with a meeting with the leader of House Masarrah, and you guys are to prepare for the coming of guests for a party and a play. People of great import from all over the galaxy. And I just got done having everybody describe their own personal spaces, places in the house that belong to them and theirs.
I
So,
also want a rock garden and a war map.
okay,
You gotta have the war table.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, so,
Big, oversized kind of wooden chess pieces you're moving around on it, sort of.
So I'm not sure what Dune's future tech is. I guess there's no computers, but there's probably is there a holographic war table? Is that a thing? Or is
yeah,
that-
it's probably fine.
yeah.
As long as it's not a thinking machine is what matters. If it's
Yeah.
if it's just a dumb display, then it's fine.
Yeah,
The
nothing
minute
that
it
can
thinks is a
calculate.
Good. Then I have some dope war display table that shows terrain and the different color of the terrain and all that stuff.
Do I know how it works? No.
No, no, but we know that it's not a thinking machine.
It doesn't
know how
think,
my
though.
phone
Yeah,
works.
it's just, it's analog. in some sort of fashion. But yeah, so I imagine the house is this giant moon shape. It's a big silver house with these giant crimson banners going all the way down, and it wraps around an amphitheater, as described before. And since your area is beneath the stage, I guess on the other side of that is where the gardens begin. And whenever you want to, you can open up the wall to your war room and kind of look out at this rock garden type thing.
All right, so that's where I'm usually at.
Yes, and Thomas, as the house spy master, you are allowed to have whatever sort of place you want as well.
My quarters are like stagnantly clean, except for around like my desk and work area. There are piles and piles and piles of papers, but those are set up as a misdirect for anyone who goes in there. Everything else I play very close to the cuff, but a fat, oversized leather chair with some little buttons in it holding everything down, comfy space, but it's mostly a workspace. I bring people in, speak to them quickly, they leave. It's very clinical in that office. For my work with the Space Guild and miscellaneous smuggling that I do for the house and all those members in it who know me, it's definitely work time most of the time. So I imagine that's going to come into handy here with going to bring in stuff for a party.
Tell us about your nooks and crannies.
Ooh.
Within that room?
Yeah, you got anything hiding about? Any?
Oh yes,
secrets?
I have. There are many documents laying around, or not laying around, but hidden within sort of miscellaneous nooks, wall presses that look totally legit. Most people who get them have no idea they're forgeries, but you wouldn't know how to get to them in there anyway for the most part.
House Masarrah hides many secrets. And do you have a underling of any kind? I do believe you have somebody, right?
I have a squad. You allowed me. One of my intangibles is a group of 6 thieves within the Space Guild, or 6 spies within the Space Guild. So they run around working different ships. Seemingly just working for the Space Guild is lacking.
So you have some informants around abouts. And what do you look like? Is the final piece of that puzzle.
Tristan Kane is wearing kind of like all black Space Guild looking robes. He's one of the few dudes that does not have a big shaved bald head yet. He's just got brown kind of tuft hair. If you put my beard on my head, that's what he's got going on. Young, middle aged, right? Late, in early 30s, late 20s, probably not. Probably early to mid 30s. And he's a Caucasian guy, because that's what I am. That's what I know how to play.
There you go.
I think my guy looks like Michael Ironside.
I don't know who that is.
Yes,
you do.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
You totally
You do.
Splinter Cell.
Jahan's not great with names, but he's in
I'm
Starship
not.
Troopers, Jahan.
He loves Starship Troopers.
Oh shit, Johnny Rico?
He's Radcheck. No, he's
Teacher.
the first.
Oh, that
Radcheck's
guy.
Roughnecks.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think I will go with people's suggestions and say that Castor looks like a young, looks like mid-30s, like Alan Rickman, because we've said it, now I just have to go with it.
That would be equally. Okay, never mind. It's hard to. You can't resist doing the Alan Rickman impression.
That's fair. I wish I could, but
It's hard.
yeah.
But yes, so House Masarrah is a bustle. There are servants running this way and that with food, drink. There are entertainers wandering the halls, jugglers, and fire breathers, and all kinds of people just like in the hallways, which is not a typical thing in any house. But your house is anything but typical. The first of the guests begin to arrive, and they will be Soren, a woman representing Chome. For the uninitiated, Chome is... It's like she works for the stock market. I don't know. She works for the economy of the galaxy. Very important person.
Is she like meeting with the ruler right now in the throne room? Is that what's happening?
She just got here on a shuttle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we all there on sort of official duty as representatives of the house?
Yeah, you guys, this is on your home planet. This is on
Okay.
in your house. So yes, you're all there.
We're at our home base.
Yeah, I figured since this is the first session as a house, we should be at the house.
Yeah.
They will be greeted by Devon, of the heir of House Masarrah. But she will show up with kind of a coterie of extravagantly dressed debutantes and snooty folk alike. They obviously also have their own protection, which seems to be provided by the planet below Ix itself. Next to arrive will be Warren, who is the heir of House Vernius, which is your kind of your master house, your major house that you work for. And so the heir will show up, accompanied, surprisingly, by Orloff of House Daewin, which is the house that wants you dead, that also works for House Vernius. It seems that they took this as an opportunity to ride in the shuttle all the way here with the boss man.
Oof.
Is this the house that I have information on knowing how close they are to being ready to form an attack?
I do believe so, yes.
Oh boy.
What percentage am I looking at there?
You have some intel that says that they're not quite ready. So you're not necessarily worried about an all-out attack. Does not mean that they're not going to do something.
I'd be
so
there
big
to
attacks.
greet the shuttle as it approaches.
Yeah, you can greet the shuttle.
It would not be uncommon for me to do that. I handle most of the manifests and stuff as part of my job there.
Yep. I
Question
probably,
is-
since I'm probably at the dock, I probably just as I'm looked up from the office, I probably went, hey, Spy Master, just a heads up. Do.
So I'm going to head down there post haste.
Absolutely. And you were saying, Calder.
So the Olaf, the guy from the rival house, is he kind of a person of note? Is he like a one master? Is he like a swords master, or is he just kind of? Is he the heir even, or where is he in the?
Is the counselor
Okay.
of House Daewin. Someone of import, yes, but not of the blood of the house. They would not so willingly send that person into the
Yeah, no
lion's den,
kidding.
as it were. Especially considering what it's rumored your house also does.
Exactly.
It might be foolish.
We dabble in lots of things.
Yeah, lots of stuff. Lots of pockets with hands
We're
and
creative
stuff.
types over here.
But yeah, so you'll walk up. Are you by yourself, or do you want people with you?
You said it was pretty packed in there, so lots of people out moving about. I'm just gonna make my way through them and to the ship to greet Chone
Nice.
and to communicate a little bit with any of my guys on that ship, and to give the big old fucking stink eye to these other guys who are at our house and shouldn't be.
Yeah, I will say that, you meet Orloff. Orloff is a taller, older man, probably about 50, with hair and face to match. Sort of a gaunt, skinny man, wearing very fine robes, with the symbol of House Daewin on it. Don't ask me what it is. I haven't decided yet.
I'll greet him with whatever the traditional greeting is, whether or not it's a bow or
Yeah, you can just
handshake or...
do a short bow. And then the other person is Warren, in just the most splendid finery you've ever seen. He's wearing one of those half capes, just silk, and then kind of a ceremonial chest piece emblazoned with the symbol of House Vernius, which is a strand of DNA.
These are the guys that I hate. Right?
No, these are the guys that you work for. The first guy was the guy you
First
hate.
one.
Yeah.
All right. The
Yeah, I'm
older
throwing
guy.
lots of names. I'm hoping if I just say them enough, it'll start to stick and
Yes,
form the
sorry,
picture.
I don't have my
Oh
notes.
well, yeah.
You know,
What is this? What's the first? What's old stink guy's name?
uh, think guy's name is Orloff of House Daewin. D-E with a little on top, and then a W. Yeah.
Oh, I love the whoosh they put over the top of letters sometimes.
Yeah, I like putting a whoosh sometimes. It makes me feel special. But yeah, they are there with their entourage.
He's not gonna step off the ship. I'm not. I'm going to interject before they try to disembark.
They are here as the guest of the main house.
Well, I can't do anything about that then. I thought you were saying they just hopped a ride.
Oh no, they are very much neener from like behind your boss. Yeah.
It's almost like we might have rerouted them by accident.
That's specifically why they rode in with the boss man. Yeah.
I can't reroute his ship. We're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, they tied your hands on purpose. It was kind of funny.
As they approach, I'm going to like look at my manifest or tablet or whatever I've got that sees the time. You're quite a bit early, it seems. Directed directly at Orloff, and I'm gonna use the masterful innuendo talent there. Let him under fucking stand that I know what they're fucking trying to pull, and that I am aware of their timetable.
You slap him in the face with this handful of subtext.
Oh, God. Also, great voice. Can I just say, just nice, just really good voice. Man. Love it.
And then I'm going to give the eye to my men on that ship, and kind of give them go ahead and go root around, get what you need to out of there. Same thing, just subtext quick, and I'm going to escort them wherever it is they're going.
Yeah, they'll take some of the stuff they smuggled in from the planet below. Just kind of run off before anyone really knows what happens.
A little...
Yeah, a little wink, wink.
Very masterful.
Yeah, that's right.
Welcome to the far future. Wink.
Could you see that?
Warren Vernus will stand there very just straight. He obviously doesn't bow to you. And he has his hand on the hilt of his sword with kind of this air of self-importance.
My sword.
Thank you. He'll do the light nod. That's about as much as you're gonna get out of him.
When is the last time you were able to draw, use that sword, my friend?
It's been very long indeed.
That's what I thought. Oh, shall we continue?
Yes. He'll follow you in. Where do you want to take them?
I am taking him directly to the War Master.
Nice.
They're gonna come in here, fucking swords drawn, showing force being buttholes. I could do the same thing.
Oh no, this is the head house guy doing this.
Oh, you don't want to. This is a show of. Oh yeah, no. This is a show of force to his fucking cronies. I'm gonna sell it though, as though I'm just bringing him to the War Master to say hello.
Oh sure, yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, no, you take them through the amphitheater and kind of show off the grandeur of where tonight's festivities will take place. There's people setting up. And
we've been bringing things from all over the sector. See here, we have flame dancers and jugglers, acrobatics, many, many things to entertain you, my lord, for the evening. As we pass through here, if you'd care to, I'd like to bring you and introduce you to our War Master, who, of course, you know, but in person. Of course, you have the time.
Yes, that
would glare! Fucking glare at Orloff!
You do see the heir of House of Ernest looking around, kind of impressed. It is a beautiful place that you guys call home.
I'll hold up one of my hands and snap out while we're still sort of near the loading dock area and get me one of my homeboys over there to bring something that just came in, hors d'oeuvres or something that we have.
Yeah, you'll snap. A serving person will hurry along.
Bring it on, impress him as we go. Little guy flipping in there doing some acrobatics with some.
There will be a cheese plate. But yeah, so you'll arrive at the war room, as it were. I assume General Ezek will be there.
Been here recently, but General Ezek has done some renovations, and he's quite proud of his rock garden. If he's able to entertain us, I'd be happy to take you and show you.
I slide open the futuristic version of a paper door adorned in silver moons and step out by the rock garden in my full red and silver plate armor with my long silver cape, my eye scar, and the silver plate on my head from a severe injury ages ago. And I walk out and greet the house that we are subservient to.
Warren of House Vernus.
Vernus. I was like, Varys? Vernus. Vernus.
It might be Vernius.
It might be. I greet that house and invite them to join me in the war room. And I'm going to leave all of the strategies and plans on my war table and beckon the other guy over and show him how we're going to beat him when we go to war.
Oh god.
Flex.
Yeah, I'm going to show him his house. I'm going to show him the terrain. I'm going to show him how few soldiers we're going to do it with.
So you play this situational, stratagem under the guise of showing him his weaknesses to help out. But yeah, go ahead and give me a battle roll here. The first roll of the game. I'm going to see how convincing, how terrifying this is for them.
So I also have communicate deceit.
Oh yeah, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're showing them everything, but you're telling them nothing.
Mm-hmm. Everything. Why would I show him the real strategy? That's fucking stupid.
And what drive would you like to use for this?
So I would actually like to use power. We gain power by crippling our most powerful ally, or enemies, not allies.
I will say that fits. So, with a 6 and a 16 there, obviously you don't total them. You rolled beneath your total. So, what is your total of your power and your communication?
Power is 7, communicate is 6.
Okay, so a 6 is below that, which means you do get a single success.
And there's something about buying a die with my points, my momentum points.
You don't have any momentum points yet.
But you can buy with threat as well.
You can buy with threat, so you can generate threat. I believe it is 2 threat for 1 dice.
What about determination? What is determination?
You do have a point of determination at your disposal at all times, beginning when you make your character. I don't know if you want to spend that now.
I get 1 at the start of every session.
Adventure. 1 at the start of every adventure.
No, I get an extra. Oh, I get an extra 1 at the start of every adventure. Okay. Yeah. I get an extra 1 just for the house.
Okay. Well, since you are using it for the house, you could use that one. If you want to roll a third dice.
I will, because I think we'll start an adventure after this session. So I will use it. I'll do the thing. I'll buy the die. And that means I get to do this subtle words thing. When I attempt to communicate test and I buy a die by spending momentum, but I'm spending determination, I could create a new trait for free upon the character I've spoken to.
Ooh.
Since you are spending determination, I'll allow it, even though technically you do have to use momentum. But
yes,
determination is more rare, so I'll allow it.
Thank you, sir.
What trait do you want to give this guy?
I'm gonna give him the paranoid trait. Now he's paranoid about that particular way that we're going to beat him, so he thinks we're coming for him that way.
Excellent. So you have successfully. So you did get. Also, I guess roll that extra dice to see how effective this is.
And that's another 2d20, correct?
No, it's just 1d20.
1d20. I've rolled a 4.
A 4 is good. You want to roll low. You want to roll low. That is good. That is the second success. 2 successes is good. So, yeah, you see him looking and being like, you can see him doing mental math and being like, this can't be right. There's no way. They don't have this kind of force. They don't have, no. He doesn't say anything.
I'm going to point, as you can see, here and here. We don't even need superior numbers. We can beat you solely with your own terrain.
Looks like you've got your work cut out for you, friend. The heir of House Vernius will say to Orloff. He'll kind of laugh at the situation. But no, the other guy, Orloff, starts sweating a little bit. You see, like a little. You do set him on edge, and yeah, he is now paranoid, and I will make note of that.
I get you a fresh glass of water. You seem to be sweating.
Wow.
Maybe we should head straight up to the lead, to our ruler, to our lord, and to our liege. There's no reason for you to sit around here and sweat in my war room.
Oh my god.
I have been informed that I have threat when we
Savage.
start.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I've been informed that I get threat per player when we start the game.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
So ha ha ha. Yeah, everyone watching. So in this game, you can Boone and Doom are heroes here, which in this game will deal with momentum. The maximum momentum they can have is 6. I'll probably let that dip over if people are giving channel points to do this to give them more momentum. Momentum is a pool that they build up themselves, with additional successes being able to be stored in this momentum pool for everyone in the party to use. And if you boon me, you generate threat, which is the GM's version of momentum. So here on Fresh Out the Box, you can influence the game. Corbinian, you're sitting at your office, Mr. York, and you are more or less aware of why everyone is here. They are here because House Atreides has need of sending a sizable amount of people and personnel to a specific place known as Arrakis, as they have recently been given dominion. And he is here, or he's about to be here. Leto Atreides is about to be here to negotiate that with the Spacing Guild, with you as an intermediary.
Cool. No pressure. Not like it's a major house or anything.
Yeah, I wanted to get in there. But yes,
Would he be calling me for an assist?
Yeah,
on that?
yeah. Oh, yes. Gods, yes. I'll probably grab a like a wall radio or something like that to summon a servant to my little hut to and then say to them and basically whisper to them to. I'll write something down on a little square and then I'll hand that and say make sure that gets to the spy master.
excellent.
Once I get hold of that, I'll excuse myself from the War Master. No words. He knows we run around and do shit. Just a nod. Me, my fine gentleman.
Apparently, the Twitch is playing an ad when you join the channel for Dune. Which is,
That's great. Love it.
thank you for the follow. Heterotic. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
I like that.
Right then.
Nice one.
Well done. But yes, so you send the special spy master. Thomas, you can leave the air, as it were. With...
I'll excuse myself. That went down exactly how the spy master wanted it to. I'm gonna dip and come give Corbinian some backup and assess the situation.
That's when the ship will arrive. It is a grand ship that was sent by the Spacing Guild to pick up the VIP that is Leto Atreides. And as he disembarks from the ship, he is in this beautiful armor, all splendor and glory, with his retinue of cohorts, many of whom seem to be capable warriors.
I'm going to put that one guy in an awkward situation. I'm going to look at the landing craft and say, we need to go. We need to be a welcoming party for our liege, and I will put my hand forward for the House Vernius guy to head that way, and then I'll look at the other guy and say, unless you don't want to walk all the way back across the grounds, I'm sure he wouldn't mind you waiting inside.
I will say at this point that Castor wasn't there to receive the first rebels, but even though he has been given the order to watch Olaf, and he will, he's more curious about actually getting to meet Duke Leto, because he knows that. I mean, he's there's just been the handing over of power of Arrakis to House
Yeah,
Atreides,
it's very
which
big news.
raises everybody's attention, and he's kind of figured, I will deal with the other guy later. That like, we have all evening, but he wants to just sort of like see if he can kind of glean anything from the Duke, basically.
Roll out the silver silk carpet, get the jugglers out there on the sides of the carpet for the grand entrance, give the fanfare.
I think jugglers seem a bit gaudy. I don't know. But, I mean, I assume that, I mean, would our house leader and heir kind of receive Lord Atreides rather than we ourselves? So, I mean, because that seems like a big...
Yeah, pretty much everyone is going to be there
Fair
for
enough,
that
yeah.
one. The other guy is important, but he is just the heir.
Yeah.
This guy is the actual head of a major house.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vernus would be is an earldom, but Atreides and his holdings is a dukedom. It's-
So when he... can I use my passive scrutiny? It reads, when you enter a scene, you may ask one question of the
Yes.
game master, as if you... Because I wasn't sure, because I don't really enter, I'm already there. But anyway, I just like
This is
to
you entering,
see-
yeah, absolutely.
Can I use... I mean, like, kind of like using kind of like both like physical empathy and like deductive reasoning to see if I can read the Duke's body language, if he seems cautious. I mean, if he obviously, I'm assuming, puts on like a very stoic face, but can
He
I see
is
any
very
crack- can I
stoic.
see- Hmm.
Man of Caladan.
So read to me the ability you're using.
It's called passive scrutiny.
Yeah.
When you enter a scene, you may ask one question of the game master as if you'd spend momentum to obtain information.
Gotcha. What is your question?
What is his favorite color?
What no what emotion is he trying to hide? If I can even tell, kind of just by looking at the way he carries himself.
Why you gotta ask me hard questions? No, he is definitely, you can tell that he is, he's definitely holding himself very proper. He's very impressive to behold as he walks down with his retinue. He has this grandeur about him, but there's definitely some form of wariness. Not weariness, wariness in him.
Oh, okay.
As if he expects, the world to fall around him at any second. But, that's a common emotion in this universe, so. But you do pick up on that as it is your ability to do so. But yes, he will come down the gangplank, as it were, and he will be greeted by Mortimer, the head of your house. Mortimer is a hedonistic, kind of a chunky fellow, not overtly so. The whole family has dark hair, including the mother, and pale blue eyes, not from spice indulgence, though. And they will be there. He'll do a gracious bow, kind of over-exaggerating, much in the way of a thespian would do. Sort of, my lord, as he bows down.
I
Welcome.
assume we were all doing that.
You were all, yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assumption.
Definitely am.
Even the heir of House Vernius bows, much deeper than he did with any of you. Greetings to Ivix, my lord Atreides. Do we have wonders in store for you this evening? Servant, he'll be snapping. Servant will hurry over with just food, like just this big old silver plate of food. Anything and everything you can imagine. Some of it's still moving. But yeah. It's quite the thing. But Leto being the man that he is, he'll kind of wave it away. There'll be time for that later. Is everybody here? Can we begin? He'll kind of say, eager to get business underway. My lord, there's no reason to hurry. We have all night. Let us share in a drink. Let us be well and make merry. And he'll, clap, and a couple of dancers will come over and sort of work their magic a little bit. As, you will be led out of the hangar into more hospitable surroundings.
Laura just hooked you up with a Game Master power-up.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Persis, you're on our
no.
team.
Okay.
Thanks, Cap.
Capricious nature. All right, thanks. Bye, Cap.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was Laura. That was Cap. Sorry, Cap. I'm an idiot. Now I deserve it.
That's my master for you.
But all of you will be present in the next scene, where it is the sitting around, not kind of in a sitting room. It's set up much like a harem. There's pillows on the floor, no chairs. People are smoking hookahs and whatnot. And there will even be like kind of a shitty play going on. Like not a full play. There will be like two actors acting in the corner to themselves, playing out some. We'll say they're playing out the rise of House Vernius with the help of Leto and House Atreides, because that's the history here. House Atreides helped your major house regain Ix once upon a time, and they are very close allies. But yes, that is what is going on. All of you are here, and if you want to speak to anyone, I will remind you of the important people in the room. There is Warren, heir to House of Vernius. There is Soren, the representative of Chom, the conglomerate. Orloff makes his way in here eventually. Michael of the Guild. He is a representative of the Spacing Guild. So technically, Corbinian and Thomas, you guys kind of answer to this guy more or less. Not directly, but he is your superior. And then Leto of House Atreides is here as well. And there's just kind of good times going on. Who participates? Who does what?
As much as I'm sort of tempted to dig deeper with Leto, like I know that that Mortimer is watching, and like I don't want to obviously be disobeying his direct orders, and I will sort of like slowly but like carefully move to Olaf, who I assume I can see that he's a bit shaken.
He is now. He was not when you saw him at first, but he is now shaken by something.
I sort of like I mean, there are like you were saying, there are no chairs, so no tables. So I think I sort of like in a very controlled way, like kneel in so like some of the pillows and say, we're well aware that our business and our ventures are distasteful to your house, but we're nonetheless quite honored that you're here.
He'll look up from like some deep internal conflict going on. You can see that he was calculating, doing math. You're not sure what about, but he's definitely thinking about something very intently. He'll look around. His eyes will narrow at you, but he'll be like, "Thank you. Definitely appreciate the welcome." He'll look around and he'll reach out, grab a drink from a server, and take a much bigger chug than he intends to steady himself.
Fair enough.
With my time in that room, I'm going to find whoever the head waiter is and give him the instruction: heavy paws and open ears. Bounty to brings me the best information.
They'll all nod. Like, okay.
Then I'm going to sit back and try to take in as much as I can. See what I can deduce from all these
Engaging
conversations.
sponge mode.
Yep. And then I will talk and speak with our boss, mine and Corbinian's boss, whenever he gets around to us. I'm going to let him mingle and be his important self first.
He is mingling. Leto really wants to talk to him. And so eventually they do kind of get pulled aside. Be like, yes, we can begin negotiations. Let's say tomorrow. I have had a long journey to get here. Leto will look disappointed at this, but I understand. I can be accommodating.
I will try to interject at that point.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I just I'll note that this probably wasn't obvious at first because of all the other people, but I give the same amount of nod no matter your rank. If I'm interrupting or saying something, I just nod just a little bit to acknowledge that you have rank of some variety, which could border on rude, I'll admit. But it's part of one of my traits.
Leto doesn't seem to notice, but Michael does.
Good sirs, I may be able to prevail upon you my services to facilitate a smoother transition of our negotiations. If you would allow me, of course.
Michael will fold his arms and look, indeed.
I believe that although you are requiring of rest, the good Grace Duke Trades may wish to, through himself, or an agent of course, discuss some preliminary elements of the negotiation to help speed along and keep the more finer and particular points that do not require the high-minded ministrations of those in power. Yes?
Leto will look at you and kind of nod and be like, that would be acceptable to get things underway. In any way, it would be a relief. You can tell there's a lot on his mind right now. He's kind of wants to, scratch one of the itches in his brain. So, what is your goal here?
My goal is basically to put myself in the earmark to the Duke Atreides that I'm a person of importance and influence, and I'm actually stepping in front of Michael here to try to put my foot in the door.
Yeah.
So, hey, by the way, if you need things done, he's important, but I'm the guy. I can get things done.
Yeah.
Nice.
You are in a good position. So yeah, go ahead. Give me. So what this is going to be? This is going to be a combination, I believe, of communication. And what is your drive in this? It sounds like power.
It sounds like power. I want to say something else, but that's not what's happening.
Fair. Truth?
Power.
That could be truth? No,
It's not really. Well, it could be truth, and then I'm trying to convince him to believe that so,
Yeah.
even if it isn't so.
Well, you're overstepping your bounds in front of someone else to show how badass you are. That's power.
yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
I like it. Yeah. So yeah, combine your power and your communication, and then roll under that number with your 2d20.
My traits do not help here. None of the talents really help here. Just to be extra safe, I am going to attempt to give you a single point. Maybe 2 points of threat in the system to give you to buy an additional die.
Okay.
my
To
God.
try to make this a little more likely. That increases your threat amount, unfortunately.
It does.
But I'm willing. But I am being rather brazen here, so I'm willing. I think threat would be appropriate here. Drive. This many dice. Hey, does my compass help with this?
I don't think so. No.
Showing you the way.
You can see where everyone is. I don't think you need to find anything.
Well, Mercury's in retrograde. How do you know that? We're nowhere near Earth. I'm just guessing, sir.
I would like to use my compass in this seduction check.
Could I
Looks south
persuade
to
you
me.
to allow the focus of innuendo in this instance? Like, not straight up saying I'm more useful, but trying to imply it and hoping that it gets through without me getting in trouble. Well, more trouble.
I can see your anus. The people at home can see that, Gary, and they
don't
think
mind.
it's funny.
I hope they do. I like to make people laugh. It makes me feel important.
Ooh, how interesting. So,
That's yours.
Whoa, how did you roll it with that fancy text?
I clicked on the skills. I clicked on communicate, and then a macro nest came up, so I clicked it when I needed.
Interesting.
So
Okay, so you rolled a 9, which is a pass. You rolled a 2, which is a pass. You rolled a 20, which is bad. But it doesn't mean you fail. All it means is that there is a complication. So, you do earn the ear of Leto. Yes, I want him to be here to handle this negotiation. He'll say to Michael, and you can tell that you have not made a friend right now.
Oh,
eat me, Michael. No.
Which I was not expecting, but yeah, Michael is not he's pretty pissed at you.
I'll just enter that in.
You have made
Michael.
an enemy here, sir. That's the complication.
Oh.
It might have gone over better had you not done a critical failure. Also, you only really need one of those successes, so you could bank one of those as momentum if you would like.
I'll bank that as momentum. In a similar system, if I had 2, I might be able to buy up that complication. I don't. I only got the 1, so
They
I'm
only got the
basically
1.
stuck. I'm stuck with that complication. I can't get rid of it.
Correct. Yes, so now you guys have a momentum in your pool. Anyone in the house can use it for future rolls. And that is how momentum works. But yeah.
Seeing my buddy flounder here and being right there next to him, is there a way I can try to redirect to make myself
So
look
he
good
actually
and
succeeds.
distract him? Okay, he did.
He succeeds,
Like I-
but he has made an enemy. And there's not really much you can do about that, but you do notice it, and it might be of interest to you as you're in the same organization. So who knows which one of you will come out on top. During all of this, what is the general doing?
I'm actually thinking I need to be when they go to actually do the talk and do the bartering. It would be in a meeting room, and I would be there inside, and my guards would be posted outside. But until then, I'm probably just in the main throne room mingling during this soiree.
Okay, cool. So you are here. Okay, and you're
Yeah.
you're just kind of looking around, getting to know people, seeing what's
Yes.
going on.
I have the house politics training, so I am just passively house politicsing.
Gotcha. And then we're going to circle back to Castor. Castor, you
Yes.
were speaking with Orloff.
Right.
What else did you want to do in that interaction?
So basically, because everybody else is kind of like rolling and doing things, I'm going to use the Twisted Mentat talent, which is whenever you attempt an understand test, you generate 1 bonus momentum point for each die you bought by adding to threat. This bonus momentum may only be used to obtain information about the most effective ways to harm or inflict pain upon a person within the scene, or to create a trait which represents a weakness you have discovered which you can exploit.
Okay.
So basically, already knowing that he's sort of obviously nervous, that he's drinking too much, that he's sort of shaking, I want to, hopefully using truth and understand, kind of how do I phrase am I oh gosh, is your host so concerned about our dealings that you'd rather watch how we treat our Vernius heir? So, oh god, how do I?
What are you trying to? What are you trying to drive?
I'm
at?
trying to go at whether he's simply come to poke around in our affairs, or whether he's trying for something more dangerous, basically. So, like,
Yeah, you're trying to see why he's here. Give me an understand roll. Yeah.
Right.
What's your drive motivating this? Obviously.
Truth in this case.
Okay. So add those together, and then boom. Yeah. Roll your 2d20.
And can I? I've got a specialty in deductive reasoning,
Yes.
reading people's kind of like body language. Can I at both?
Yeah,
or just
that's
one.
that's.
Does it-
I would allow both of those. Yeah, those are both good.
Okay. I want to see. Do I? Does it? Hang on. Let me just. 2.
Yeah, we're all gonna have to learn how to use the
I
roll
know.
20. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
That it does it all though.
Okay.
Those are good
Okay.
rolls.
Mhm.
So your target was 15, and yeah, you got a 1 and a 2. So you do in fact pick up on some things, and you're trying to pick up on his intentions here, why he's here, what he's doing. As far as you can tell, he's not here to necessarily meddle. He is here maybe to make you guys look bad in front of the boss, and maybe be able to assert his house ahead of yours in dealings. It does not seem that that's going to go very well for him because you guys are shitting on this guy, which is funny.
Before we are too far removed from those guys who are talking about needing a place to meet tomorrow, I'm going to offer them one up. Of course, it's going to be bugged. So I would like to make a deceit roll.
So you want to offer them a bugged room to do their meetings in?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fun.
Probably don't tell them it's bugged.
It is so nice. Oh, it's gorgeous. Subtle plush leather, finest aromas. You're going to love it.
Oh god, I just wish I could say in character while I'm actually having conversations with them.
How do I do that?
So you are doing.
My motivation is to find out what they're talking about because as a spy master smuggler and having
So that could
spies
be
out around
that could be
knowledge field,
truth, as well. So you're gonna add your truth to your deceit, which is communicate deceit. Yeah.
I messed that up. Let's see. Duty, truth, die. Using focus.
So you can spy.
Yeah,
on
I am
these.
using my focus.
Boom! Wow.
Oof. Well,
Interesting. So that is you do get a success. You offer them a rule, and there's going to be a complication, a communication complication. So the complications are kind of small things that go wrong when you're trying to do something. With communicate specifically, I'm going to say
And not to give you too much ammunition here, but that was specifically a deceit communication.
Yeah. No, so he will, Leto and your buddy over here, York, will nod and accept your room. But
I love your peppermint patties.
But you come off as sort of disconnected to the situation. You come off as a little socially inept. You like pop in real suddenly, and you're like, "Hey, I have a room for you," and they're like, "Whoa, all right, guy, calm it down." But yeah, so they do agree to that. And now that everyone's kind of having a good time partying, your house leader, of whom I believe none of you are particularly fond of his dealings with people, will come over and be like, "Leto, have us a drink now," and he'll like shove wine in this guy's face. And he's yeah.
Is it? Can I like internally cringe as a bonus action?
Yes, you can internally cringe. Everybody like kind of looks at this happen, and you'll even see his wife put her hand on her head and be like, but yes.
I'm gonna look at the spy master and say, when he gets himself killed, I'll still have my position.
I believe that's the case for myself as well, brother.
Can I actually move, sort of like move closer to Thomas and nod over to Olaf and say, I think he's been sent to show us up. I think we can maybe send him back looking a bit worse for the wear.
I'm gonna like stare at you pretty hard. I'm gonna use my masterful innuendo talent there and like essentially communicate with you like, You want us to fuck this guy up? Like, that's the gist.
I mean, I sort of like try to. I mean,
this.
I'm going to essentially like just say, he wants to embarrass us. Maybe we should turn the tables. Might be fun.
Cool. So I'm gonna take a cue from that. My guy is very action oriented. Got some people in the room listening. You guys are in there listening. I'm gonna take a beat and see if I can't get something, some ipecac, something like that. And we're gonna try to slip
And I just sit back and I'm just like gloating while I'm watching,
Dune
like
ipecac
quietly gloating.
is. I don't need him to be poisoned enough to be hurt or injured or draw suspicion, just enough to make it seem like
Yeah, you're gonna like give him diarrhea or something. I gotcha.
Calder, your eyes follow mine, and I look at the a rope that leads to a chandelier that would fall and crush him, and then I look over at like a staircase.
And I just
that's,
like it doesn't.
I look over at a staircase with candelabras. If you took them off, you could stab through a person, and
all of your eyes are darting back and forth with these various plans of murder and injury, but not a word.
Even our palace is just rigged to like in a like Phantom of the Opera kind of way. Just kill everybody with furniture if we had to.
I think that we should have told Jahan that earlier, but I also get the feeling that he knew. He knew that this was going to be a booby trap.
I knew what this place was. I'm aware. This whole room's a glue trap. But yeah, so go ahead. We're gonna have a roll real quick. Thomas, how are you doing this? Are you doing it with your own two hands?
Espionage?
Because this will technically be a move to do it unnoticed.
Ooh.
Okay. How do I do that?
So move is one of your skills, and then you're gonna go ahead and give me that plus whatever your motivation here is. Oh no! What happened?
Corbinian disconnected for a moment.
Oh no. Okay.
So my move skill followed by my drive.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a power play, right? Because I'm just trying to embarrass him. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to fix it.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. So go ahead and give me. Is that it? No.
No, I haven't rolled it yet.
Okay, cool.
I'm seeing. Yeah, this is a focus for me.
Oh my god, we're rolling really well.
You guys are rolling really well. If this was a different D20 game, you guys would be rolling shit. But that's
speaking of rolling and shit.
That
this
is
dude about to duke his draw.
That is two successes. So you do manage to very skillfully put your arm around his shoulder, and like poison him essentially. No one notices. You did get more successes than you needed, which means you can bank one as momentum. Would you like to do so?
I mean, the answer to that always has to be yes.
Always
right?
has to be yes.
Okay, I was like, there's not a reason to not. No, fuck the rest of my team.
I don't want to bank it. I want to use it right now.
But yeah.
I banked one of mine as well?
Yes.
Then I will also bank that one, so we've got...
Hey, you guys have 3 already. It does max out at 6, and every time a scene ends, you lose 1. So keep that in mind. Use them while you got.
Drop the chandelier and do a power play.
But so
gonna join in. We just create a civil war, killing everyone.
A few minutes go by, and this guy starts turning green in the gills. Does not look well as you guys are having this conversation with Lido. And before he's able to throw up everywhere, and we'll see what happens. We're gonna have to go ahead and take our 5-minute break here. So,
come back, you grown man, Ralph.
Intrigue and entertainment abound in the rest of our episode. Stay tuned. We will be back momentarily with the rest of our session 1.
Yeah. See y'all soon.
everybody, welcome back to Fresh Out the Box Plays Dune by Modifius Entertainment. I am the Game Master, Johananon.
Co-host of Fresh Out the Box, I'm Casualty CDG. I'm a retired child crimes and human trafficking detective turned tabletop titan and improv comedian. I'm playing the War Master. That's the sort of the race. I'm the Master General of House Masarrah, the clever and deceitful General Malachar.
Hi, I'm Cal. I'm an actor and just general freelance creative person. I play Caster Dargan, who's the Twisted Mentat and advisor to House Masarrah, who's just enjoying seeing Houses of Cards collapse, which he's set in motion. So this will get interesting pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure. I have a feeling.
I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. I am a tabletop role-playing and video game Twitch streamer, and I am playing the envoy of the Space Guild and of House Masarrah, Kesty York. And I decided to stomp on the toes of a rival of the Space Guild because I am a smart person. Making enemies in all the wrong places.
Howdy, y'all. Thomas Avenger, down here in Houston, Texas. Teacher, artist, voice actor, drawer of little pen and ink drawings. Today I did a little Inktober one. Go check it out on my Instagram. It's a ghost track.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And I'll be playing Tristan Kane, Spy Master.
Man, you should have done a Dune Inktober today.
Spirit was today's word. I'll get a Dune one.
The
in there, I'm sure.
spirit of a giant worm.
Heart of a dolphin. But yes, where we last left off, you gentlemen were all in sort of this harem party room of your house, House Masarrah, rubbing shoulders with the likes of Leto, damn it.
You had it, man. You had it.
Artrides. I second guessed myself and put my foot right in my mouth. Leto Artrides and people from the Spacing Guild, people from Chome, everyone is here to see this deal go through. Chome is here because of their interests in spice and the money that comes from that, and the Spacing Guild is here to barter with Leto to transport his house to Dune. Yes, Thomas.
Okay, so the D&D guy in me is having a hard time here. This just seems like the perfect setup in like the D&D world for us to just cause absolute havoc and chaos and wipe out so many people. I feel like that's wrong in this system.
There is I don't know. Is it wrong? I don't know. It's hard to say. Now
if you did it, the Empire
it's not right, but it's
would
like...
have us killed on site.
Yes.
We would be like enemies of the Emperor, and we would be, without a reason, of course.
A lot of these people are your allies. Some of them are your enemies, but I don't know. I have to be careful where I'm swinging my sword, if you know what I mean. But yes, where we last left off, you had poisoned a member of a rival house.
To be clear, it was very mild poisoning.
It was a light poisoning.
It was a light poisoning. He is going to stand up abruptly while his stomach gurgles loudly. People will kind of look at him as he's just sweating bullets. Be like, if you'll please excuse me. And he'll like hustle off.
I'm gonna stop him on the way out and put my hand on his shoulder, face to face, and stop him and be like, "I'm sorry, no one warned us of your allergies to shellfish."
Yeah, this is quite all right.
And then I'll let him go.
He'll let out a little on his way out.
Dignitary my ass.
It took us one session to get the fart jokes. Get on our fucking level.
Yeah, you got to get on our level.
That's how we do, y'all.
You wish you could stream like us.
But yes, so he leaves the room, probably to find a bathroom. You're not sure. What is everybody doing now? Corbinian, I do believe you wanted to meet with Leto immediately about some of this And now you have a room to do it in, provided to you by the Spy Master himself.
Is this the meeting room now?
It could be, yes.
Okay, because I do want to be there for the meeting in the meeting room.
Yes, it was going to happen tomorrow, but Corbinian has used the fact that Leto is urgently wanting to do this now to kind of assert himself here. So, yeah.
There is a good chance that the War Master would know that I use this bugged room to interrogate people. I feel like there would probably be some overlap between his and my career if he had to ever interrogate a war criminal or something.
I am not the type of War Master who is like all war, and I'm very deceitful. My focuses are tactics, deceit, and house politics. Like
That said, you could listen in without being in there. I just didn't realize if you knew you had that option.
I want to be there as like a show of we're
Like
going to the planet.
Two-way mirror.
There's a good chance that I'm going to lead the expedition to the planet as a War Master, so I want to find out how much money my life is worth.
You move the eyes from one of the paintings, you're like...
Mm-hmm. It's totally got that going on.
Oh, man.
Smoking a cigarette and I forget and the eyes are smoking.
Classic.
The Crimson Elite will be, or the Crimson Marines will be stationed outside the door.
Absolutely. So as you guys leave this kind of harem area, Corbinian, sorry, I'm going to use your name, York, you will lead Leto to this room for preliminary chats, escorted by the War Master himself, Ezek, and the Spy Master, Tristan. Calder, Caster, are you coming as well, or would you like to observe secretly?
Oh God, that's so tempting. I mean,
I thought it might be for you.
I'll try. I'll probably have to roll for it though, which is.
Oh no, you don't have to roll for it in this.
Okay, fine, I'll do it secretly. Yeah.
Because pretty much because of Thomas's earlier role to set up the room in the first place, you're
Sure.
clear to watch. Yeah. But yeah, so you're hiding behind the wall, watching through a hole or a mirror, whatever you want, really.
Yeah.
It's a very nice room, as Thomas described earlier, lavish with leather chairs, and someone had laid out some fruits and drink here before you got in. And there is a table in the middle meant for meetings, kind of like a boardroom table. It does have a holographic interface and all that kind of good stuff as well. But Leto will sit down.
I'll take a seat.
He has one man standing right behind him. That is his, guard. So, what can you do for our house? Oh, no.
No, I actually have to give an answer.
The Space Guild's duties and abilities are manyfold, as you are likely highly educated, Duke Leto, but the manner in which I can assure your assistance that perhaps my colleague would otherwise inject, I would suggest, given your rather large and sizable purchase, that a certain VIP assessment be taken into account, with the understanding that you yourself will ensure that certain maybe perhaps discounts for future journeys towards your planet for business ventures, both by the Spacing Guild and otherwise, because certain people sometimes decide to encourage the guild to overcharge. I would rather suggest to you, for mutual benefit of yourself and of the guild and of future trade with Arrakis, that perhaps maybe a discount now can serve as a discount later to facilitate an economic boon to yourself and us. Whereas my colleague would simply charge you a higher price as the market would bear, and you would just pay it all up front. But I like to think a bit beyond the points of stature and rank.
So, just so I have the gist of this, you're offering him cheaper prices now and in the future?
Well, it's like, I'll offer you cheaper prices now, but in exchange, I want you to subsidize travel to Arrakis.
For other people.
For other people who are going to Arrakis for trade. So if there's like smugglers and stuff, and he goes, hey, by the way, it's like, oh yeah, those people aren't coming. But if it's for trade and stuff, then subsidize some of the travel.
Okay.
That way anyone can come to you, not just nobles.
Huh. Well,
but it's going to be balanced in such a way that he is getting a gain out of it, but it's pushing toward my ambition of, I want to make traveling to Arrakis or away from Arrakis cheaper for people.
yeah.
But I do know I have to pay him off, even if it's coming out of the Space Guild's coffers a little bit.
Well, it would be nice to have such things available, as we will be, you know how people tend to be isolated on that planet.
Yeah. And I wouldn't bother trying to do this with Harkonnen, because I'd probably die in the attempt, so better to talk with a more reasonable sort. Michael will not... Yeah.
His eyebrow will raise at the mention of his enemy.
Ooh.
Yes, quite. I would not have you dealing with them if I could avoid it. Well, I would like to have dealings with you. This is not an unpleasing deal. Go ahead and give me a check here. Communication, and then I guess power.
Could I argue justice on the basis that I'm trying to ensure fair travel for all citizens, not just the nobility?
Yes, and that will actually speak to him because of who he is. He's all about justice, so.
And he's not pushing me too hard on this, so I'm not going to try to pull a Mask of Power move on him. He's being friendly. I don't need to try to puff myself up.
Yeah, my understanding of the character so far is that he's not very deceitful. He's pretty upfront.
No, he's not. No. Yeah.
Oh.
Could I possibly argue for the drive statement of everyone should be treated equally? Like, the kind of deal I'm doing is the kind I would do for someone else, that sort of thing.
Correct. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't mind that.
All right. I'm not going to spend our momentum because we need it for other stuff. Hopefully, I'm not murdered in my sleep by Michael.
Well, don't forget, if you don't use it, you can lose it.
It's true. I might use it for Binding Promise, actually. Focus in bartering.
Yes.
Apply here.
Yes, that would apply.
Oh my god. All rolls are on fire.
Oh, jeez.
PK fire.
It's funny, if we weren't playing in this system, these would be terrible rolls.
Is that a 1 and a 2?
A 1 and a 2. Yeah, you guys are rolling 1s, 2s, 0s.
Go ahead and give us the more of that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can bank a momentum here.
I am actually going to spend 3 of that momentum to make this a binding promise.
Absolutely.
That would be expensive for him to back out of.
Nice.
Yes, so whether through your demeanor, your reputation, or the method of your persuasion, you have a way of making people reluctant to break faith with you. When you succeed in a communication test to persuade someone to agree to a promise or agreement, you may spend 1, 2, or 3 points. Wow, you spend all 3 to make the agreement binding. If the person wishes to break the promise, they must spend threat, equal to twice the momentum. I'm going to have to make a note of this.
Go for 3. Go for 3.
Oh, I totally did. I'm like, oh wait, I got him. Binding the heck out of this.
So promise.
And it's going to work out so well for me in all the smuggling that I do.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
It will. You'll hear this like
This
music
is-
to your ears, Thomas.
Oh yeah, I'm listening in and I'm like, fuck yes. Like immediately start thinking of how I could start, just getting all kind of randos without any checks having to get through with carrying all this spice back from Arrakis. This is a good play. He's gonna get.
No, this is a great play. Very good. So actually, I'm going to have you, Corbinian, on your assets under intangible. write down a binding promise with Leto Artrides. And then make sure to note that you spent 3 points.
Handle. You're in there doing fucking business.
Yeah, just so you know, those are this is the way the system works. That's one of the rewards I can give you. I do like that they can be tangible or intangible. A promise is his loot for this encounter.
An unbreakable oath.
More or less, 6 is a lot. That's a steep threat praise.
Keywords to write down: Space Guild, Atreides. I'm trying to think of a third one. Agreement?
Yes, agreement's good.
Agreement. Qualities? No, I won't worry about that. I more care about the binding part. Quality 0, save. There we go.
No, yeah, well done. He'll, yes, I do think that this will be amenable to us. After your roll, he'll nod and be like, yes, this sounds very good. I do like the idea of an ongoing promise, as sometimes it is hard to deal with you and your ilk.
I've spent a considerable time, Duke, on Ix, and Ix educates us on the certain progressive elements of business. I have embraced those for the service of the Landsrad and the people they serve.
I find I do not have much taste for Ix, but Ivix, what a wonderful place. He'll look around, because once again, your planet, your moon is beautiful. Does anybody else have a point to interject here? Because that went pretty well.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Just looking at my entire builds, just going jackpot.
Who's actually sitting in the room with me there with him? I know a lot of people are listening in, but I don't know who's in the room with me.
It is you, it is Gary, it is Thomas, and then you may or may not know that Castor's listening. But
I mean,
he is not.
You probably know, but I mean, he at this point, you know him well enough that he will figure out what happened, but he's not in there.
Yeah, I'm no Mentat. He'll figure me out pretty quick.
You see the eyes. You see the eyes on the painting of Mortimer looking around behind everybody. You're like,
oh, you. Yeah.
If I may take liberties, Duke, I would like to take an opportunity to introduce you to someone who may be able to be a facilitator of our agreement beyond myself, since I am the open face of both this house Masarrah and of the guild.
yeah, sure.
With me, as you may know, and I forgot your character's name. Sorry, the Spy Master.
Tristan Kane.
Mr. Kane here may wish, if you both are amenable to it, to facilitate the quieter elements of such things rather than the more outspoken elements that we have presented now. For there are certain things I imagine a man of your importance and discretion may require someone less dressed in white than I.
I'm looking very forward to our relationship.
That doesn't sound threatening at all.
So, Castor, you'll notice the shift in Leto's demeanor. You'll see him kind of assume the body posture you noticed before, when you could tell that he was thinking about something else. And he'll reluctantly offer his hand to Tristan. Be like, I might have need of you. And he'll say it just like that.
You're welcome.
I trust that you will. Don't worry.
So much subtext. So much subtext. It's very fun. But yes.
I owe you a steak dinner.
You owe me more than a steak dinner, friend. No.
I think at that point, I'm going to try to shuffle on. I mean, move quietly back to the main room to relay what happened to Mortimer, but basically quietly, like, kind of pull him aside and explain what happened with Olaf, why he was there, and I will also kind of say that we may have the Duke to some extent in, if not in pocket, then in hand.
He'll laugh as you explain, be like, "Good job, very well done. That is why I keep you around." But yeah, so you are advising as the advisor. Do you have an ulterior motive here, or are you just informed?
I mean, I was going to pass on the information, but I guess my advice to him would be to, I'll ask him whether he wants us to tell the heir of our great house, or if he would like to take if he would like to keep it quiet, if he would like to have Vernius know, basically, like, so should we secret, like underhandedly, like, let them know what happened without being obvious about it? I mean, basically asking for further instructions.
I suppose letting them know would be best, as they will find out. He'll say in kind of an uncharacteristically, sober moment, be like, "I guess they'll find out. We best tell them, let they get the wrong idea."
Do you want Olaf to return home, or do you want him,
let him stew in his juice.
Ew.
And it just stuff like thinly smile, kind of like just like enjoying just like the being aware of the faraway suffering of the guy.
You'll get clapped on the back by a hammy hand. And like when he removes it, you can feel it stick to your cloak for just a moment.
I think I've probably gotten used to this already.
Yeah, fun people are always sticky. That's just how it goes.
It's never pleasant, but like I think at this point, Castor's like, yes, and so out of character, I have permission to, I guess, approach the heir of Vernius.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
You do what you think is best for our house, and I will do what I do best. And he'll just start drinking. And then you'll see him go off with his courtesan, who will be described later, as it is Laura's character.
Yeah, then I'm going to approach. It was it Warren or Arndt? Sorry, Vernius?
Warren. Yes.
Warren. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like the commission.
I do kind of like a not like a low bow, but kind of like a courteous bow. In approaching, knowing that he's obviously so much higher in station than I am.
Yeah. He bows back like he's much higher station than he is.
Yeah, so
but he does. he just barely tilts his head.
Mm-hmm. We do apologize for the chaos. I'm not quite sure what has gotten into the good Olaf. I trust your travel
take
here
him
has
anywhere we can't. That guy right there.
It's such a shame. It is strange. They do accuse us of being hedonists, but they don't seem to be that sturdy themselves. But of course, that's not so important. We may have secured a good trade deal with the Duke. The envoys, the envoys will no doubt be able to explain the situation in greater detail, but
excellent. My father will be pleased of this. House Atreides is an important ally to our house. It's best to
especially
keep them
now,
happy.
given their acquisition of Dune.
Of course. You know what they say? He who controls the spice controls the universe.
But yes, and if we have just one little grasp on it, that might be more than enough to control quite a... I thank you for your time, my lord.
Quite
and
right.
Sort of like back out again.
Yeah, he'll nod. He'll go back to the party. The party's starting to heat up. Things are starting to get exciting. There's more and more partying going on, and the full play is about to become underway in the amphitheater. You guys can, if you guys want to, you can pick what play you want to have running. If that's something you want to choose. Otherwise, I'll just pick one. Alexander Hamilton.
I was gonna say Midsummer Night's Dream. That's a good one for killing somebody.
It's true.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
I think it might even be something about some kind of almost like a historical play, because we're aware that there's royalty here who are more interested in kind of
Oh, so you want to like dedicate it to them?
more or less. Like, we don't really want to kill anybody unless I'm not aware. I think it'll be more pleasing.
One-man show.
Oh God.
But yeah, so John Lamazano will play
All the parts.
he will play Leto Atreides, and they will reenact
Oh God.
the saving of House Vernius and the reclamation of Ix.
If anyone out there knows John Leguizamo, tell him he can come guest as that role.
He might do it.
We would love to have him.
Come on.
Yeah. And if he doesn't want to do it, then Jahan will fist fight him if he wants to do that.
Oh man, I didn't know we were doing this again.
Well, it's sort of a win-win, because if Jahan loses, then we're famous because John Leguizamo beat his ass, and if he wins, then we're famous because he beat the shit out of John Leguizamo. So
I would let him beat me up. That'd be
we
fun.
invite you to come
I
play
would
with
let
us.
him.
We invite you to play with us or beat one of us up.
I mean, like, he was really quite good in like the Romeo and Juliet, like the Baz Luhrmann one.
Yeah.
So he's actually quite anyway.
He's good at everything. I love John Leguizamo.
There's
Yeah.
nothing
I
he
love him
can't
as the
do.
best. I love
But
him
yeah,
as the
he'll
best.
be on stage playing
Okay,
Oscar
yeah.
Isaacs,
Oh my
King
God.
Lear.
and Oscar Isaacs will be watching. But yes. So you guys, this play will unfold. The curtain will rise. Everybody will clap. It'll begin. The play will go on for about an hour and a half before the intermission. At which point everyone kind of hobnobs and that whole thing. And if you guys don't want to do anything during the play, you don't have to. But if you do, speak now, or forever hold your peace.
I was trying to figure out. So, I wouldn't know what I mean. Do we know what happened to like Orlov? Like, is he just passed out?
You have
or is
not
he...
seen him since.
I am going to go to the shuttle hangar during the play
To do what?
to make sure no one's trying to slip away.
Gotcha.
Me
Okay.
and my elite guard.
You go lock down the shuttle hangar just for security purposes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a like quiet, sneaky look about the guest rooms where he might be if he's anywhere.
So you're going to check specifically the guest rooms for Orlov.
I mean, where else would he be? Right? I mean, either the shuttle room or the guest rooms. I'm assuming, but yeah.
The courtesan's chambers, no.
No.
You see him running around.
I think the courtesan would have just, given her nature, like just snapped his neck if he tried.
Oh, he just fell into the doorknob like 50 times.
So
I am going to get some refreshments and other small gifts to present to Michael during the play, and the efforts in a sort of innuendo moment of like, sorry about that, but we're just competitors in the same guild. Nothing, no harm. I'm not trying to kick you
you're
down
going
the
to try
ladder.
to smooth things over during intermission.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a communication. And what's your motivation here?
I don't want him impeding my ambitions, and he's in a position that he could do that.
So power then.
Yeah, I really should have made power better. Um. Uh. I can't do that, but I will actually use my Mask of Power.
Nice. That's a good one.
Basically to imply that he owes me for something, but he doesn't. I totally screwed. But I'm trying to make him think that no, it's fine, everything's cool, and you know that time I did the thing. You know.
No, I got you. Yeah, go ahead and give me that roll. And you will sort of make vague assertions about this man's dealings.
There's momentum still on the table, I believe.
1.
I think one. Yep.
I would like to steal that, please, for a die.
Go ahead.
Innuendo focus, maybe?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, dang, nice.
What?
With my power stat, no less. That should not have gone that well. I just got lucky.
Oh, wow. So yes, that is a success. And yeah, you could bank one of those if you want.
Totally.
Okay, so you guys have 1 momentum back in the pool. That is a success. You are able to convince him that you know that he's up to something. And what you are insinuating... Sorry. I forgot what they're called. Yes. So, what you're insinuating is that you know that he's been working with a certain house that works against House of Uranus. You know that he's double dealing, as it were. And the enemy, the direct opposition of your main house, is a house called Riches. Richese. They lost the right to make the Spacing Guild's highliners to House of Uranus. So they're pretty pissed.
Could I finagle the success of this into squelching the complication? Like I've buried the hatchet here with him. Go, hey, look, let this go. I'll let it go.
You didn't get a that complication.
That one, yeah.
I would let you use that momentum, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fair to me. So yeah, you kind of make him think twice about crossing you.
Come at me, bro, but don't.
He's not
on you.
He's not your friend, but he's not planning on stabbing you in the back right now. He feels like you're holding too many cards. So damn it. Sorry, someone in the chat typed in butthole and asked me if I wanted to let it through or not.
Oh my god.
And you did.
And I did, yeah.
Of course you want to let it through the butthole.
You gotta let it through the butthole. But yes, Caster, you are searching around the house.
Mm-hmm.
As you're looking around, you're trying to find some sign of Orloff.
Yeah.
You do find something that you might not have been expecting to. In one of the guest chambers, you find someone on the floor.
Fudge.
Oh no.
They're not moving.
Is it? And it's him, isn't it?
You go to flip him over. It is not.
Huh. And they're on their stomach, I'm assuming, so that, like I can't see who it is.
Yeah, they were on their stomach.
Closer.
Probably waking them up.
Can I see like the clothing they're wearing? Do I recognize the clothing?
You do. It is the closing of your own house.
Oh boy.
It seems to be someone wearing servant's clothes.
I'm going to try to slowly and quietly move in to check if they're alive or not.
You reach down. They're clearly dead.
Can I guess I'd probably have to roll to see what they're dead off.
Yes.
I mean,
that would be an understand.
Would that be understand and
Is duty good for you? Because it sounds like duty or truth to me.
Yeah, those are both good. Yeah.
I would like to go for truth because my statement is understanding the truth of things offers control over things. So kind of understanding why he died would give me power over the situation.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I'll just yeah.
I'm surprised at how often all these things line up.
That's true.
It's pretty funny to watch everything kind of slide into place in this system.
Can I? I cannot use Canley for that, can I? Because I don't know how he got killed. If he got killed.
No.
No. Okay.
Is it understand Canley though?
Oh no! Oh god. This is bad. 2 fails. Yeah. Can I use determination to get another?
You can use determination because you can use it because your duty statement is in line, but in order to roll another dice, you have to say it ahead of time. But you can use it after the fact to re-roll your whole dice pool.
So I can re-roll now, or do I have to?
You can re-roll now. Yeah, you can re-roll both dice. Yes.
But I'm giving you 1 threat by doing that, right?
You're giving determination.
No, you're spending determination, so you're losing your 1 point of determination. You can get them back through role play and that kind of thing.
I will try that again.
Double dealing. What a butthole. That's funny. Calder has been booed.
Baby.
Okay.
So that means the party
What the? Oh god, no.
gets momentum here.
Thank you.
Oh no.
Oh my!
I know.
Oh my!
Oh god. I'm sorry whoever boosted me, because that is just gonna horribly wrong.
Yeah, he gave you momentum, so you guys now have momentum in your pool. 3
Something up.
to be.
Did you get complications in there or something that I need to be sad about?
Thanks, vampire.
Okay, never mind.
He did not roll quite. You have to roll within a specific range to get complications. This is not challenging or dire or anything. It's just he found a body and he's looking at it.
Thank you, vampire.
Oh, fudge.
So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. So he gave you. Everyone in the party has been booned. That is 4 momentum in your collective pool now.
Nice.
So you flip over this body.
Oh my god.
And you're like, huh? That guy's
I'm
dead.
not a doctor, okay? Like, I'm not a medical doctor.
You're trying to check to see if he's alive, so you just slap him in the face as hard as you can.
How do I know if he needs a head or not? I'm not a doctor.
And, you know, in response, he does not move. It is a dead body.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I need to roll for that.
A servant walks by and, like, hears the noise.
Oh, God.
Is everything all right in here? And they'll look and be like, ah!
Oh, Christ. Can I try to move over as quickly as possible to shush him?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'll say you do it, because this isn't an actual complication, but it is funny. So you just kind of shh. You didn't see a thing.
No, I mean, I will ask him to. Has anybody been down these hallways besides yourselves?
Lots of people. It's been a busy night. You can hear someone like doing it in the next room.
Oh my god!
It's like
okay.
It's very busy.
Is there any way for me to quietly get the Ixian probe into this room to get the consciousness out of this guy?
You could ask your friend.
Yeah, I will. Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
I don't know. I should make one up, actually.
He was only in one scene so far. The house scholar Mikan is on loan from Ix, and he is able to use the Ixian probe if you would like him to wheel it in.
Yes, yes.
You'll send for Mikan. You'll tell the servant, get him!
Yeah, basically.
Shortly thereafter, this technomancer that looks like an Adeptus Mechanist from Warhammer.
I was
40K.
about to say that.
Yeah. Will walk in wheeling this like strange looking scarab with like weird arms on it that do horrible things. Is that you, Thomas? Are you the probe? But yes, I came as quick as I could.
Oh no.
Is this the
I'm
subject?
Grateful. Yes, it is.
Okay. He'll start hooking it up.
Out of character, do we even have like security cameras? Like, no, we wouldn't have.
I
would we?
don't think so.
No, we wouldn't. No, that's true. We'll just try for this.
I'm not actually sure on that point.
Cameras and such aren't really a thing. That's what guards are for.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Cameras are part.
It didn't feel like, but then I was thinking about like they do have technology that's similar, but yeah, no, okay. So yeah, he'll hook it up to the probe.
Right. And again, I haven't read any of the. I think the probe is mostly like in the prequels, like in the extended universe, which I haven't read.
Yeah, this thing is not something you're supposed to have. It's really fun.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
Yes, I know.
But
so I do want to wheel it back into my quarters because I don't want to be like out in the open where anybody passing by can see me use it.
Yeah. So you do you have secret passageways that hook up a lot of the rooms?
I'm gonna assume that there are some doors which are kind of like less conspicuous than others. Like there's not.
They were designed
tunnel
for
system.
sexy fun time, but you've repurposed
Yeah,
them.
basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
You walk through this hallway. There's a guy looking through one of those paintings, watching people do stuff,
Oh my god.
like in Game of Thrones.
This planet is like just.
Hey,
I love how extra it is.
it's
I just love
thematic.
it.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
it.
it is.
But you and Meekin will bring this guy into your
And I mean,
secret
if anybody does see us, we'll just be like, "It's a thing. It's a kink. Don't shame." Like, just like keep wheeling.
We're just taking him to the probe room. I'm like, oh, okay. It is that kind of night.
So this servant's head gets buzzsawed open, and needles injected into its brain, and then a hologram will appear at the top of the probe of the person's face, and they'll just start screaming.
I'm going to wait for them to stop. I mean, I think maybe in my experience, I kind of at some point they will stop.
They scream themselves out eventually, and they'll kind of calm down a little bit, but like look around, and they'll just start muttering things, which is common.
Right. Also, if I move closer to the hologram, I'm assuming it can kind of like perceive me to a point. Maybe they
Kind of,
can only
yes.
hear me. I'm assuming it can only hear me. I don't.
It responds to you.
Yeah. I'll ask. I need you to tell me who was the last person you saw. I'm not going to tell him he's dead because that's just going to give him an existential crisis. So I'm just going to ask him like the last person you saw.
Person I saw. I went to clean the room. Whose room?
Olaf's room?
Yes. Orlov's room? Orlov's room. He ruined his sheets. He's not in a good way. Who
Did
did I
you see him
see?
leave?
Who did I see? Someone was there. Someone was there. But not for me. For someone else. Why were they there? Why? And then he'll just start screaming again.
Fair enough. I'll shut the machine off and I'll keep the I mean that one doesn't quite go on the trophy shelf. It goes into like the information bag and kind of to make a note of later.
Information double.
Yeah.
Clunk.
And also, I will turn to Meekin and say, we have an assassin somewhere on our hands, clearly. Somebody who's after Olaf? That's strange. Even here.
It is
We're locked.
strange. Should we inform the guards? Caster.
If they've, if somebody came for, they came for guests, that doesn't mean they came for Orlov necessarily.
We could tell the spy master.
Yes. And yes, the spy master is wisest, and I think we'll just both kind of scurry and try to get there as soon as possible.
So, you'll be approached during the play, Tristan.
Oh, I'm not in the play.
You're not in the play anymore.
No, I'm monitoring whatever camera network I have in this place. Spy master.
I'm not sure if there's cameras per se. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, you are keeping an ear to the ground, we'll say. But you'll be approached by Castor and Mikan. And just so you understand Mikan's role, he is his role in your house is scholar. He is your bank of knowledge, essentially.
You're
the
looking
learner.
You're looking more disheveled than usual, Miko.
He'll like wipe off some human juice.
Oh,
Like,
God.
oh, sorry. We were having our own kind of party.
Oh my
Quite.
God.
Can I help you?
He'll just gesture to
Sure.
Castor.
There is an assassin somewhere here who tried to go a little bit further with Orlov than we intended, or maybe somebody else entirely. I mean, the heir of our great house and Leto are both here. One of the servants has been killed in one of the guest rooms.
Close up the quarters for the remaining part of the show. Let's go ahead and collect anyone we need to who can look for and cover things up quickly. We need as much information as we can in as little time as possible. I do believe the War Master is nearby with his guard somewhere. Perhaps he can lend a hand.
He is not far.
Yep, I'll nod and kind of go to the War Master and tell the same story. And say that the Spy Master's, Spy Master's orders.
I'm afraid if we don't lock down this perimeter, whoever did this will escape.
True.
We need to keep someone here posted on these shuttles.
I have guys doing work in those shuttles currently. So they're over there.
I'll need a small retinue of soldiers to keep guard. I would hate for your spies to get into a conflict.
Yeah, you can. You definitely have access to the house spies, or the house soldiers. Sorry.
None of these shuttles leave the ground.
Oh, I have one question. Do we still have 1 point of momentum left, or is it all gone?
4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, someone in the chat gave you guys a bunch of momentum.
Thank you,
Yeah.
chat. That's amazing. That's awesome.
Thank you, Vampire
That was
Bites.
vampire. Thanks, vampire.
Thank you. So, I have Verify, which is a Manta talent. I may spend a point of momentum to ask the Game Master if a piece of information I have is true or false.
Okay.
You need not be making a skill test as with the obtained information, and the data can be a supposition rather than a specific document or rumor.
Yes.
So I just want to assess whether the assassin. I don't think the assassin was after Olaf. I think the assassin was after Leto. Is it right or wrong?
Is it right or wrong that he's after Leto?
Yes.
It is. That doesn't seem true to you. But it also does not seem that he was here for Orloff. That is true. So you were both correct and incorrect.
Well, then only there's like one important person.
Yeah, whatever this person is here to do, they haven't done it yet.
Right. I'll share with the others that I think the target is the heir of Vernium. Nobody else would be important enough to do this to.
It's not a bad guess.
We need eyes on, and we need to separate the air immediately. We need them in our control.
Uh,
We
the
can't have anything bad happen on our watch, or it falls on our house and reflects poorly.
the heir, Leto, and also Mortimer are all on the king's balcony. That's what they call it. It's not, obviously he's not a king, but they're on the throne room's own balcony together.
Yeah, we should probably head there.
Is that where you're going? I only play Wizards. Thank you so much for the raid. We are playing Dune
Thank you.
by Modifius Entertainment.
And let's not forget to shout out to anybody who's watching the video on demand. Only Play Wizards is our friend from Abraxas Precipice. It is an Expanse, long-running Expanse campaign by Green Ronin. It's the 3d6 age system. You can get t-shirts for Abraxas Precipice. You can get custom dice from Abraxas Precipice that has their own logo. They're shiny. They look dope as hell. They're doing a lot of cool stuff over there. So follow Abraxas Precipice. And of course, I'm gonna mention we have a little Thursday Expanse game too. We don't have our own t-shirts or dice, but we be playing games over here. We be playing games, baby.
Yeah.
All right, Jahan, do your thing.
No, absolutely. So you guys quickly head to the balcony. I imagine led by General Ezek and your retinue of crimson garbed guards. Right?
Yes.
So you and your elite badass troops
I
head
don't want
there.
to make a huge scene. I don't want to like storm the balcony and grab an air right now. I think this is better done by the spy master or the counselor.
Okay.
That's true.
I don't. This looks suspicious as fuck if we come up there with guards and grab somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go up and just tell him.
I'll be at the bottom of the stairs on the inside waiting.
Liege, there has been a slight issue. We need to take a quick reprieve, and then you may return.
Are you speaking to the heir of House Virinius?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you'll see him kind of yawn, be like, very well. He looks kind of bored by the play. Which may or may not be insulting to a member of House Masarrah. But yes.
I mean, we're in no position to be insulted considering that he's sort of.
Yeah. But he'll come with you. What is this all about?
In due time, my lord, please follow me for just a moment.
And I'll get him off to sort of a secluded area and bring him back over to the War Master.
He'll
away
roll
from
his
front
eyes, he'll loll his head a little bit, and he'll do like 3 short little stomps, like a mini tantrum. But he'll follow you.
And then I'll bring him around the corner to the War Master.
Ah! No, I'm just kidding. This would be a really funny way to assassinate this guy. But yeah. What
Seem
is
to have an
No.
issue.
What is this all about? Is everything okay?
We look to the counselor, There's been-
Advisor.
the advisor.
Yeah. We believe that there's somebody's attempting an act of kindly towards you, sir.
Well, what's new? He'll say.
The body we found.
Oh no. One of mine.
No worries, none of yours.
Oh, good then. But like, what happened? He got past your guard, and he'll say that to to Ezek as he like shines your chest piece. He's like, and
Maybe
kind
you brought a,
he's being
you
a
brought
dick.
a bug in on your shoulder.
I doubt anyone came in with me.
Not one of mine. One of mine was killed.
That is unfortunate. Well, what do you want me to do about it? You're going to
Survive.
protect me, right?
I need you to survive this night so it doesn't reflect poorly on my house.
Fine, fine. Put me where you'll have me.
You'll
Okay,
enjoy
first of all, phrasing.
Oh no, the phrasing was super deliberate on my part.
Well, I just happen to have a room with your name on it.
I love
I mean, there's not any other ways into it. It's monitored. It's security.
You're gonna
So
stick
if
him
you're
in your
outside
quarters.
of it, and it's definitely an option, War Master. Eyes on in case anything happens, and your guard can easily watch the door like they did before.
We should take him to one of our estate guest suites. Give him a view of the entire property. If he's locked up, the least he can do is enjoy the view.
Yeah, you can take him to one of the nice rooms.
Yeah, I'm gonna take him to a nice room with a nice view.
You'll take him up, and it'll be over. It'll have a water view. Normally, you have to pay extra for that kind of action, but yeah, it'll be a pretty nice room.
I'm gonna go. Can I make sure that room's on the up and up?
Yes. Give me
Let me do that.
understand. A lot of understand.
That's not a good one.
Let's see. Let me take a look real quick. I would say you could do understand or battle if you're trying to be tactful. One of those two.
It's reverse engineering, espionage. Does that count?
It
Espionage
is kind of. You're not wrong. You are trying to look at it from an assassin's point of view. I'll allow it.
Yes.
I'll allow it. Honestly, every roll, I kind of like this game a little more every time. a roll
Same.
happens.
Yeah.
Oh, what does that go under?
Because like it's so hard to like be a murder hobo when every time you roll, you're asked what your motivation is.
Oh.
You know. Oh yeah. So you're gonna do the espionage, and then what's your motivation here? Duty, truth,
Truth, probably for me because I'm
uncovering
going
a mystery.
looking- yeah, right. That's the idea.
I'm not opposed to this. Duty.
Oh yes.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow! It's funny. Calder's luck is for D&D apparently.
Yes, it is. I would have just
You were rolling
knocked
shit
that out of
hot
the
for
park.
D&D. But Thomas, you have gotten 2 successes here. You can bank one as momentum.
Yeah, let's keep that momentum pool going.
Keep that momentum pool going. You never know when you're gonna need it. But yes, you're looking around. You're looking at the balcony, and then you look back at War Master. He has picked a very good room. It is not scalable from the outside unless somebody is a Bene Gesserit or some sort of superhuman. Otherwise, you don't see any passages or anything in this room. It does seem to be secure.
What I was checking for.
Yeah, this
Looks
room is
clear.
void of sex tunnels.
Looks clear.
I'm gonna start calling them sex tunnels.
I mean, sure, that's what they are.
I've
That's what I call it.
I called my own butt my sex tunnel for years.
There you go. Title of your sex tape. So yes, if I'm not mistaken, Spy Master, War Master, Advisor are all here. What are you doing, Corbinian?
Well, for the most part, now that I've smoothed feathers, I'm enjoying the show. The only thing I probably would that might catch my attention is the like glancing up at the box briefly and noticing someone's not there. And it's like,
You do notice that. You're kind of on the lookout for that. A couple other people will notice as well. But yes.
I will make a subtle. I'll hide the fact that I'm leaving because I'm interested in that. I'm leaving in I need to hit the bathroom, or I want to grab more wine. I'm playing it off.
Okay.
Because I'm worried.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll excuse yourself to use the bathroom. We'll say you were sitting with Michael and Soren. Soren is the woman from Chome.
Do you like anything, or while I'm getting out?
Yeah, sure. Send the servant by, they'll say.
Will do.
You'll do that on your way out. You'll send one of the servers over there. But yeah, you leave. And what are you doing?
I notice there's a distinct lack of all the other advisors of the house and be somewhat concerned. And And I'll find some servant. Could you tell me the location of the good Mr. Trixton?
Tristan?
Tristan, yes.
Is it
sorry,
Tristan
my
or is it
accent mistake.
Tristain?
Tristanian.
Okay.
Tristan.
I did it wrong.
Tristan Kane.
She'll look. You can tell that this servant, there's something off. She'll look like fearful in her eyes. The audience will know her as the one that walked in on Castor, slapping a dead body. I'm like,
She's having the worst night of her
I
life.
haven't seen anything, my lord. I know nothing. She'll say loudly for someone that like might be listening. It's very peculiar.
Good servant, I am no lord. I am a agent of the guild. You may call me Mr. York or Kesty if you prefer. Now, please, I simply wish to know the location of that gentleman. If you could direct me, please.
So she only knows where she saw people last. I'll be like, I haven't seen anyone since they were in a room. We'll call it the Mariner Suite.
Oh my god.
I haven't seen them since the Mariner Suite. I've been told to keep people away.
Please continue with your duties then. Sorry to keep you.
She'll like curtsy and walk backwards and then turn and run. Like
She'll
do everything but run.
Please give her plot armor because I just feel like she deserves it.
Okay, give her someone. If someone in the chat wants to redeem a name an NPC, you can have first crack at it. If no one does, I'll let you guys name it. Name her.
I am going to look around for one of the elite guard of the War Master. Because I don't think I'd spot the spies' lackeys, because I imagine they're supposed to be hard for me to find.
They are hard to find. So one of them is still guarding the king at the base of the stairs. Not the king, sorry. I keep calling him the king. The leader of your house. So he's at the bottom of the stairs to the balcony. Oprah. Okay.
Vampire Bites said that they did not have enough points to name the NPC after playing Oprah, because earlier Vampire Bites gave you a boon and you a boon and you a boon. So
I think it's only for the Vampire Bites gets to like after all the boons. Come on,
I agree. That's,
Vampire Bites. I'll allow you to do so. Is Oprah the name you want to keep? I clean your room and I clean your room and because she's a maid. So. But yeah,
I will ask of the guard.
Sure. Fran Oprah.
But thank you, Vampire Bites. You're wonderful.
Okay, so that plot armor's name is Fran.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Corbinian, you're gonna ask the guard something.
Yes. Good guard, could you direct me to the location of the War Master?
His eyes will narrow at you a bit in kind of an untrusting way, as you're sort of an outlier among the house. Yes, they went up to the 5th floor.
Thank you, good guard. Have a pleasant evening.
He'll snap too, and like bang.
And I just kind of back off because that kind of freaks me out a little bit. God, dang it. Military people.
You'll get up to the room, assuming that you don't take any detours.
To the stairs that go from the 4th floor to the 5th floor, you'll be stopped by 2 of the elite Crimson Guard, and then I'll come down the stairs and let you pass them, and they'll stay there. The other 2 are inside the room with the guy.
Uncovering conspiracy. I'm excited.
Good War Master, I'm sorry to bother you, but I just had a question for you if you're not too busy.
Speak.
Would you perhaps be aware of the location of the good Mr. Warren? He is not present in his box. I was worried for his safety, if nothing else, to be blunt.
His safety was of my utmost concern. He's been detained for his own safety.
I raised my eyebrows at the wording. Is there some matter of Canley I should be wary of?
We have found one dead body thus far. We believe that he was the intended target.
Very well. I imagine the rest of the conclave have been made aware.
We're working on that.
Is there anything of my services that requires the smoothing of feathers or the blinding of eyes and ears?
More than likely.
At that point, I'll usher you to follow me, and I'll take you to the other two. I'm sure there's something the two of them could ask you to do.
More than likely, yes.
I have quite a direct approach of dealing with problems set before me.
You're going to need to intervene with his people to let them know that he's been upgraded to this suite. Not this room, of course. That way, if anyone comes looking for him, they go to the wrong one. Bing, bang, boom. We have them. Let them know that he's inebriated, bored with the show, and decided to retire for the evening. Once you've completed that, round up our people that you can. Waiters, waitstaff, servants. See if anyone else noticed anyone who shouldn't have been where they were. In the meantime, I'm going to help put lock on the ships to keep anyone from moving in or out until we get this settled. Hopefully post-haste.
Excellent.
I may recommend, if you wish to absolutely cut off any escape routes, to tap our colleague Michael to lock down any hyperlane exits from the system. Without us, they're not going anywhere.
I intend to.
And better you ask him than I. I have tried his patience enough as it is. I'd rather not push my luck further.
So I have this ability called priority boarding. It allows me to hop onto ships whenever I would like and smuggle shit without incident. So if it allows me to, it says I don't need bribes to ensure guild inspectors, they just take my word for it. Is there any way I could use this priority boarding to help out shut these lanes down for a minute?
So actually,
So, like,
your
give me
other
like a
ability, Guildman would be
Oh yeah,
better.
that makes more sense.
That one's better.
That
Almost
one's a
like you're the
once per
guild man.
adventure. Yeah, that one's a once per adventure. But
Oh. Fair enough.
That's why I was trying to get you to get Michael to do it. It's like, well, we'll make it his problem, our problem.
Oh, it is once per adventure. Yeah, so you can just go use your regular fact that you're in the Spacey Guild to talk to Michael. That's okay.
Yep. All right, let's go.
You don't have to
Come on,
burn a
Michael.
power for this. This is all pretty reasonable.
Come on, buddy. Help me out, buddy.
Yeah, you'll approach him. He's sitting there with Soren.
Michael, I have a slight incident. You know me. We have a long relationship. Rarely do I ask of anything. I need you to lock down our hyperlanes. Just momentarily. Till I give you the green light.
The
We have
woman
reason to-
sitting with him's eyebrow will raise.
And I recognize her as the agent from Shome, right?
Yeah.
What is her name again?
Soren.
I'm going to notice that and acknowledge it.
Oh, I see you have a keen interest in our conversation, Soren. If two of you would like to join me in a more private situation, I can fill you in.
It all sounds so costly, she'll say. But she'll stand up.
That sounds like a conversation for the two of us on a different occasion.
And I'm going to use masterful innuendo and fucking let her know that I can do let's make this triple entendre, that I could do some stuff with her. And then also, if I need to go above and beyond, then traveling.
I love that talent
Hey,
so
man.
much. Like, just legitimately, like, just the things
Give
you're
me-
doing with it is so good.
I'm gonna give you a chance here. She hasn't been, like, tapped in any way yet. Like, you guys haven't really dealt with her
That is
yet.
correct.
So this is your chance for like a first impression. So
This is
give
an evening
me
of libations.
Give me
so
communication.
I am hoping she's in the party mood.
give me communication and what do you call them? Guiding light would you like to use here?
I don't think that's justice.
Truth, maybe you're trying to get her to believe a certain thing, whether or not it's true.
I would say truth, justice, or not justice. Truth, power, or potentially duty, depending on why you're doing this.
It's definitely not duty driven. Almost everything I do is power driven.
Power's fine. Power would work for this. This is a power move. So give me power plus your communication, and then give me that roll.
Communicate there is for deceit, but I'm not necessarily trying to deceive you.
I would like to remind you that there is momentum in the pool.
Oh, does that give me like a reroll if I call it or something?
You can use it to roll more dice.
Okay. How do I? Yeah. Let's do that. You guys have a problem if I use one of these momentums to?
That's what it's for.
Yeah, it's 1-to-1, so you can use one momentum to yes. Oh, hi, fire part creature. Thank you so much.
Fire
That's gonna
part
be
creature.
communicate from power drive, and then 3 dice. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah, so you're going to get to roll 3 dice for this. I think there's a button to click when you use momentum. Yeah, there you go. Wow! Wow, Thomas, wow.
Nice.
Come on, DM.
If I
Tell me the other Space Guild Masters making some shit happen too.
So,
it's the greatest fucking party this moon's ever seen.
Because this is like a quality of success check, you have 3. You can keep all 3 and have her really like you and be impressed by you. Or you can bank some, spend some. It's however you want.
I think no. She's an asset.
I would also, yeah, I agree. So yeah, no, she raises an eyebrow at you. You've both won her over, professionally, and maybe more than that. She does like you. You did it successfully. Good job. So I'm gonna put Soren likes.
I would like to be clear before I make this joke that it is a joke. But my dude, it's like, what room would he probably take her to? I'm like, that's disgusting.
There are definitely nice rooms in this house for just that. Soren likes Tristan. Got to keep track of all these NPC relations. But yes, so you do take them aside, and you're trying to get them involved in this whole shindig, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna make them complicit.
Okay, so you do convince him to shut down the lanes. You make a friend of Soren. And you guys have the heir of your primary house under lock and key because there is potentially a threat on his life. But before we can uncover this truth, before we can seek out this assassin, before any of that, we're going to have to say goodnight. That is the end of our first session of Dune. We have been House Masarrah. And what did you guys think? How'd you guys have fun your first game?
Yeah.
Man.
I think we're really good.
No, I hated it. I have to do a
like-
bunch of rolls and stuff.
This is like the level of like political intrigue that I have always wanted in D&D, and there
Same,
was no
yeah.
system to like deliver it. Man, this is so cool.
Yeah, it's hard. It was interesting to write. I've also always wanted to do stuff like this. You have to have the right players, and it seems like I do. So that's good.
But it also takes like a good GM, because I've been like just writing politics. No, like just like writing and kind of like keeping like politics and like social interactions, that kind of dynamic is difficult compared to the dragon is coming back.
It's a hell of a web.
Just-
Whenever you start connecting who goes where and how many people are in which house, you start to make a really big family tree and a really big web that moves in a very fluid, dynamic way.
Yeah.
And I've done it as a game master before, and it's a bitch. And Jahan is doing it seamlessly, and this is a lot of fun.
Thanks, I appreciate
I
it.
was-
loving this.
There was like a point where I audibly gasped, and I was like, "Yeah, beaming the shit out of that scene." It was so good.
was
The
it?
scene, but if
Don't
you
just
run
say
it
that.
back, you can see my reaction.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't remember which one it was.
I'm liking this 2D20 system.
Yeah.
We're new to it. We read about it, of course, but actually using it and seeing it in motion, it's easier to use than I thought, and it's just so packed full of flavor and expression, and you really kind of you end up role playing while you're punching somebody instead of just punching somebody.
Yeah, I love the what do you call them? The like duty and all that stuff. Why are you punching him? Well,
Why
there you
are you
go.
doing that?
Yeah, it's so good. It's baked in.
Oh, I'm gonna punch you.
I'm the punch guy. That's why.
I think it does a really good job of kind of like really fitting into the universe of Dune, because like if I've wanted to play like a Dune RPG ever since I got into Dune way too long ago, because I'm not telling my age anyway. but I kind of like the idea of like having both specialties and kind of like understanding parts of the puzzle, but then realizing you haven't got the whole picture and kind of like trying to struggle to keep up is very Dune, and like there's just some like both a sense of power and a sense of powerlessness, which is sort of like inherent to the story, which I really like a lot. So yeah, this is like a good system and like a great, obviously great party and great GM. So I'm loving this a lot.
Well, it sounds like everybody likes it. That's great news to me. I'm having a blast. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We are sitting at a hefty 7 threat. And if you want to see how that plays out, you're going to have to tune in next Monday. Same time, same place.
Monday?
Or not Monday. What day is today? Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Sorry.
I'm thinking about calling it Wedunes Day. What do you think about
Wedunes Day.
What do you think about Wedunes Day?
I like it.
I'm thinking about dropping hashtag Wedunes Day every Wednesday.
Wednesday.
From here on out.
Wednesday.
All right, well, that's decided.
But yeah, so everyone have a great night. Thank you for watching.
And thanks for watching. Thanks for donating. You're amazing, and have a good night.
Yeah, everybody have a good night. Tune in to tomorrow to watch us play The Expanse in the Age system, and then tune in Friday to watch us play Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland with its creator. You got anything, Gary?
No, that's an indie game. It's an indie punk, sort of like heavy metal mixed with trashy wasteland. So we're talking about mohawks, duct tape boots, axes, chopping bad guys in half in the zombie wastelands.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. They say the character building is fast enough to do on stream, so we're going to just try to show off the whole system all in one stream.
That's cool.
So we're looking forward to that tomorrow, and then, of course, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every week, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., and fresh out the podcast on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Music. You can listen to us talk about movies and games and whatever. It's like this, but less formatted, and it's mostly Jahan and I rambling while our friend Drew tries to be smart.
It's so good. I love it. I've listened to every episode so far.
Aw,
Thank you.
we really appreciate that. Corbinian, you got anything to plug, buddy?
Well, that's a real personal question. No, I'm just kidding. Every Saturday I do a Star Trek Adventures Klingon tabletop RPG that happens starts every 2:30-ish Eastern Time, where Klingon adventures of House get to go on great adventures of battle and intrigue and such. And on Tuesdays, I also co-stream with somebody else, more Star Trek Adventure stuff at around, God's almighty, what's the time? It would be 7:30 Eastern here on Twitch. So those are things I'm up to, but be sure to watch these folk because they're nice people.
Thank you.
What about you, Calder? You got anything to plug?
Not currently. Everything is still sort of like under wraps, and I can't say anything yet. But hopefully, like within the course of this campaign, I can say something. But,
Absolutely. And then, lastly but not least, Thomas, you got anything to plug?
Not really this week. Got a podcast coming up. We'll give you more info on that as it gets here. Check me out on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. And thank you so much for spending your Wednesday night with us. We loved it and we had a blast.
Night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a good
Night.
night.